Have you tried every sleep trick or every sleep hygiene tip that you've come across only to find yourself awake in the middle of the night again? And how frustrating is that? What I want to share with you today is going to change the way you see sleep and what you can do to actually help yourself sleep better. What does it take to finally get proper sleep because you're exhausted? If you don't know who I am, my name is Carol Richard, and on this channel, I really like to share what I've learned over the years about sleep so that you can really get the sleep that you deserve. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can reach more people and the world can just be a better, healthier, sleepier place. So here's what I learned through doing this work and through my own sleep challenges. Our sleep problems are really not sleep problems. They're problems with our nervous system not finding safety in our environment. And when I say our nervous system not finding safety in our environment, that's really what I want to talk about today. Because no matter how our routine, like how great of a routine we have, no matter how much we know logically that we're safe in our environment, if our nervous system perceives that it is not safe, and we're going to talk about what that means or what that could mean for you, then it will be hard for us to fall asleep because we can't fall asleep when we're on guard because we have to stay awake just in case, right? So it makes it really hard for us to fall asleep. And you would say, well, Carol, I can fall asleep quickly, but then I wake up and I can't get back to sleep. And that's the same thing as your nervous system maybe went to sleep well, but then our mind started ruminating as we were sleeping, as we were dreaming, processing emotional stuff. And what happens then is we're woken up and then we can't get back to sleep either because our nervous system is dysregulated as we're sleeping or because we have a belief that says once I wake up I can't go back to sleep. There's many reasons. But what I want to share with you today is then how can I, so the question might be, how can I then help myself sleep better if I'm understanding that the root cause is my nervous system? And that will be by looking around your environment to focus on cues of safety and naming them. I'm going to say out loud, but even you don't have to scream them, but just naming what are cues of safety in your environment and start focusing on that so that you can start rewiring your nervous system to then feel safe at bedtime. So one of the things I want to talk about before we start looking for cues of safety, I want to talk about, well, why is my nervous system picking up on cues of danger when I'm just in my home and going to bed and everything's fine? And yes, you're right. Physically, you're safe. You're in your environment. And if you're not safe physically, then that's a whole different conversation. And you really need to get yourself a physical, safe location. But if all of that is safe and you're still not sleeping, then I want you to look at nervous system safety. What does that mean? Because our nervous system is constantly looking for cues like, am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? And what if my mind is replaying the conversation I had at work today where I really felt uncomfortable, unsafe to my nervous system. And I'm replaying that right before bed because it's ruminating in there. It's going. So my nervous system is perceiving that I'm not safe in that moment because the current present moment that I'm in is replaying a story in my head about the past or about the future. But if I was really present in my body and looking for those cues of safety, what it might look like would be, oh, like I'm in my bedroom. Say I'm in my bedroom, and as I'm like looking at a picture I have on the wall, I'm just making this up, but you can do for yourself, what is a safety cue in your bedroom? Is it that you've got soft, comfortable sheets? Is it that you've got a nice, I love weight on my blankets. I don't know if you like that, but I like a blanket that has a little bit of weight to it. It just feels really cozy and comfortable. So for me, that's a cue of safety when I go to bed. Are you hearing maybe the TV in the other room because somebody's still up watching TV? And is that perceived as a cue of safety to your nervous system because it lets you know that somebody's in the house with you and that you're not alone? So you're wanting to pick up on cues of safety because when our nervous system is constantly scanning for danger, that danger can be something as little as leaving the dishes in the sink And then maybe because in the past we got in trouble for that, and so therefore we're feeling this in our nervous system. It's not an actual like real safety thing, like a physical safety thing, but more of our nervous system. And so you're going to say, well, how can I change that? How can I change that programming in my nervous system? And that's what we do in the Better Sleep community. Or you can look up other practitioners that really help build resiliency in the nervous system. We can't reset a nervous system. I listened to a really good podcast or a YouTube video with Irene Lyon where she says like there's no reset button for the nervous system, but there is building capacity and building resiliency in our nervous system so that my nervous system can actually pick up looking around my environment. I'm sitting in the car here and I can hear some birds chirping and my attention is brought to like, yeah, like in this moment recording this video, I'm actually safe and it's okay that it's going to go out there. But if I felt like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm talking about, it's not safe to share these videos, people are going to think I'm whatever, whatever, then my nervous system would have a sense of unsafety because I would be pushing a limit that is not comfortable for my nervous system. So all of this to say that in order for us to really get the sleep that we need, we have to start looking at what are cues of safety that my nervous system can pick up on. And not forgetting that I'm still going to pick up on the cues of danger my nervous system is perceiving. And then I'm going to use my tools like orienting, tapping, maybe therapy with a great therapist or something in order to help me shift the mindset, shift the beliefs, shifts the emotions so that I can be in a more ventral state of my nervous system, which is this very good energy connected, just feeling grounded. So I'm hoping that with today's video, you got to understand that your sleep problems are probably not because of what you're doing behavior wise, but most likely because there's not enough resiliency in your nervous system. And how do we fix that? Well, we start by orienting and by just being present in the moment. If you want to know more about my programs, just go to my website, carolrichardcoaching.com. And from there, you can see how we can start together building resiliency. There's a free resource tab, but there's a lot of stuff in there that you can download. And if you're ready for any of my programs that are there, just click on it, sign up, and let me know how I can help you in the future to build this resiliency in your nervous system so that you can fall asleep quicker, stay asleep all night, and wake up refreshed in the morning.